EKU uses a mass notification system called EKU Alerts. This is used to notify students, faculty, and staff in the event of a disaster or other emergency that takes place on EKU campuses. EKU Alerts are also utilized to send timely warnings if needed. EKU Alerts can send public information and warning and instructions using texts, emails, voice calls, computer pop-ups, alert beacons, designated EKU websites, social media, and outdoor warning sirens. If you are a current employee or student, you are automatically enrolled in EKU Alerts. You should review your contact information in Rave Mobile Safety by going to EKU Direct and locating the Rave Mobile Safety Emergency Notifications link under the main menu. If you are not enrolled in EKU Alerts, you can register to receive alerts at the link provided. An important source of emergency notification includes the outdoor warning sirens, located throughout Madison County. The first siren tone is a test tone commonly known as Westminster Chimes. It is used to test the system on the first Saturday and the third Wednesday of every month at 12:20 p.m. It sounds like this. The second tone is the severe weather siren, used to provide severe weather warnings. It is a single, steady, long tone followed by a giant voice to indicate a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning. The final warning tone is used only in the case of a community-wide chemical release, such as what might occur at the Bluegrass Army Depot, from industry, or from transportation. It is an alternating high-low wail sounding like this.
A community-wide chemical release is possible in any community, but there is an emphasis on it at EKU due to the close proximity between the Bluegrass Army Depot, a chemical weapons facility, and the Richmond campus. In the event that a chemical release occurs at the BGAD facility, outdoor warning sirens will sound in an alternating high-low wail as mentioned previously. Advisor alert radios will also disseminate information about the event. Finally, EKU Alerts will warn the campus community about the emergency through our mass notification system. The message delivered will be similar to the one given in red at the bottom of this presentation, detailing instructions for the event. It is important to know the zone you reside in and move immediately to an enhanced shelter-in-place building listed here and activate the collective protection system if you are on the Richmond campus. If you are not on the Richmond campus, then you should shelter in place with the shelter-in-place kit. Additional information about the community-wide chemical emergencies or the Chemical Stockpile Emergency Preparedness Program, or CSEP for short, is available in the EKU Chemical Release Response Basics training presentation. Madison County is divided into 13 CSEP zones. Each of these zones has specific evacuation and assembly areas. EKU has properties in many of the 13 zones, including our Richmond campus, north of the bypass, in Zone 2E, the rest of Richmond campus south of the bypass in Zone 2D, and other properties located throughout Madison County. If a community-wide chemical release were to occur and you are located on the Richmond campus, follow EKU's Protective Action Decision and shelter in place. Do this by moving to one of our Enhanced Shelter-in-Place or ESIP buildings outlined here on the map. These ESIP buildings have a collective protection system in them that allows the HVAC units to be shut off and the ventilation dampers to be closed. This minimizes the chances that a chemical plume will be brought into the building by the ventilation system, and in a sense, shuts down the building's lungs. Each residence hall is assigned an ESIP building to shelter in during a chemical emergency. If you are unsure which buildings to report to, check with your residence hall staff. If you are on campus and do not live in a residence hall, move to the nearest ESIP building to shelter in the event of a chemical emergency. The Collective Protection System, or CPS, in each ESIP building looks like the picture shown on the right. It allows for the HVAC to shut off and activate monitoring of the HVAC units, dampers, and doors to the building. As soon as you enter an ESIP building, during a chemical emergency, locate the CPS panel and activate it by pressing the red Start button on the face of the panel. Anyone can activate the system. Public safety officials may not be in your ESIP building. Each light on the panel corresponds to an HVAC unit, damper, or door and will light up green if the corresponding HVAC unit is off, damper is closed, or door is fully shut. The locations for the CPS panels are given here. You will know if you are in the protected area of an ESIP building if you see the sign on the left stating that the doors must be shut during an emergency. This helps seal the building during a chemical release. There are instruction booklets next to every CPS panel that provide a checklist of steps to take during a chemical emergency. These steps should be followed to maximize your safety. The panels do not monitor windows, so if your building has windows in it, be sure to close and lock all of the windows. Also, please remember, we use an automatic default protective action decision to shelter in place, even before we know where a chemical is estimated to go. When you shelter in place at an ESIP building, you can activate the CPS panel right away and you can shut and lock the windows, but you should leave the doors unlocked for as long as possible to allow other people to get to the safety of your ESIP building. Once we know if the chemical is coming our way, we will update everyone through EKU alerts, letting you know if and when a chemical is going to reach the Richmond campus. That would be the time to lock the doors to your ESIP building. This is the Collective Protection System panel. It controls the collective protection system for the building. Next to every CPS panel is a manual that explains the system and gives a detailed description of what to do in chemical emergencies. The manual also has the floor plans to locate any perimeter door that might not be shut fully. There is also a checklist nearby to walk you through what to do in the event of a chemical emergency. When you are told to shelter in place, you should come to an enhanced shelter in place building and locate this panel. Activate it as soon as you get to it by simply pushing the red button. Anyone can activate the system during an emergency. It doesn't have to be a public safety official. This system will monitor the perimeter doors, shut down air handler units, and close isolation dampers. During an emergency, be sure not to lock the perimeter doors until the chemical plume is predicted to reach your zone. Allow others as much time as possible to enter your building and shelter with you. Each exterior door and damper system is given a corresponding green light on the panel. As the perimeter doors are closed and the components are shut off, their light will turn on. The system does not monitor windows, so if your enhanced shelter-in-place building has windows, you must check that they are closed. What you want to see is every light on the panel illuminated green. The air dampers won't close until all the air handler units have stopped moving, so they don't close while air is still being pushed through the system. This keeps the ductwork from potentially being damaged. Some of the perimeter doors still may be open. Again, they're numbered and can be located using the manual next to the panel. Using the door numbers, you can locate any perimeter door that isn't shown secured. Go to it, close it, and then verify that it's closed by looking at the panel. Now, we are in the enhanced shelter-in-place mode. All the HVAC units are shut off, exhaust fans are shut off, the dampers have closed, and the doors are shut. This means the building is no longer taking in air, and this prevents a chemical plume from being drawn in. When the plume is expected to arrive, lock the exterior doors to prevent them from being opened, but allow as much time as possible for others to enter and take shelter. Do not lock the exterior doors until you are notified that the chemical plume will enter your zone. After the emergency is passed, all you have to do to disengage the system is press the red button again. It's a simple toggle on, toggle off switch.